Hi, this is Sanjay Kamani with KP Property Advisors, and we're doing a training session on elevators. One of the items we cover is the hydraulic elevators, and what we're about to see is the pit of the elevator. Okay? So when you open, basically the doors open, the car's up top in a safe location. There is a pit switch here that I'm going to engage and turn the light on. And you can just take a picture of that so you know where it is. Just drop the shoe.
Okay.
Okay? Always engage the pit switch when going into the pit. So, some basic equipment here. We have pit buffers. We have the hydraulic cylinder, and this cylinder, as many floors as are in the building, is how deep the hole is dug for the cylinder to be installed. An important aspect of this cylinder is to look at the amount of oil that's collected here. Some oil is normal. You would also inspect the surface of this cylinder to make sure there isn't any score marks or cracks. And the next thing you would inspect is to make sure that this oil that goes into this overflow tank is not full. If it is full, that needs to be emptied back into the oil tank in the machine room. That's the piping that brings the oil to the jack system, the piston. And as you can see, we do have some evidence of potential oil spills from the past. Something that you might want to keep in mind if you're doing an environmental evaluation. Beyond that, you can look up here. We've got the car rollers. So there's ones on the top and on the bottom side. You've got limit switches again. These tell you that you're at near the bottom of the floor, bottom of the shaft. You've got your positioning system, and this positioning system has a magnet, as you can see, in the middle and in the furthest away from the door tape. Those tell you when you're at the slowdown point and at the floor. And these are your rail clips that are mounted on here, and you're typically checking to make sure that these have a nice secure connection. Beyond that, very simple system. Hydraulics don't have a whole lot of moving parts or mechanical equipment in the pit. There is a stop switch, which I think you took before, but the stop switch has to be engaged, but I would be looking to make sure the stop switch is easily accessible. There is a switch here, which is connected to an outlet. If this were a modernization and a unit where you would be modernizing, that would be turned into a GFCI outlet. Other than that, it's a pretty simple dry pit, nothing else going on here. Okay, this is Sanjay Kamani again from KP Property Advisors, and we're basically doing a inspection of a machine room. So I'm just going to take you through the highlights of what to look for in a hydraulic control room. So again, I've taken the covers off, but the covers should be on normally when you come into the room. This is just so you can see what the controller looks like. In this case, it's a mid-80s vintage controller with relay logic and pretty clean wiring. Nothing to the visual eye, nothing that is out of line. Seems like it's a well-maintained controller. Over here we have the oil tank, which has a submerged pump and a valve. The pump is under the oil. I usually look here to just check the condition of the oil. I should be able to shine the light through the oil and see the floor, or whatever may be submerged inside, and I can just see that the oil is in actually pretty good condition. There's a pump unit that's basically pushing oil out back to the cylinder that we looked at in the pit. Very simple unit. How will you know if there's too much oil? There's a minimum level gauge here. So it can go quite a ways up, but it certainly shouldn't be below that level that you're looking for. You're looking for in the machine room an oil log that tells you that oil is not vanishing on you, or that you don't have to do frequent or periodic replenishment of oil. The other thing you look for is the maintenance log, and the maintenance log should have recent maintenance inspection dates with checkoffs of everything that was checked at the time. We also look for an inspection tag that tells you when the last 1 year and or 5 year, if it's a traction unit, 5-year test was performed. But in this case it would be a 1-year test. We also check that the fire extinguisher is in code and that it is being regularly tested. Those are sort of the highlights. Again, lighting, you want to have nice bright lighting in the area, and you want to make sure that it's not uncomfortably hot in the room, so that it's well vented with air conditioning in the summers, and in the winters that it's not unconditionally cold. Both those conditions would be bad for the oil. Okay, this is Sanjay again, and we're going to be looking at the in-car, just going through all the items that we check when we do an in-car inspection. So this is car at the level, at the floor level. I always check to see that it's level. Code requires that that be inside of a 1/4 inch high or a 1/4 inch low, a maximum of a 1/2 inch deviation from the floor. Safety edges, these are mechanical safety edges, so I always test those, make sure that the door reverses. Okay, and you'll come into the car. Here you're checking, basically doing a visual on the cab just to make sure there's no major issues with the paneling, the handrail. Handrail should be nice and snug. A door open button works. That's very easy to check. Your buttons here should light up when pressed, which we will do in a minute. You check that the alarm bell's working. Stop switch works with the alarm bell going off at the same time. And then you have your phone intercom. Very easy test. Press the button and you wait for somebody to answer the call. Should take no more than 30 to 60 seconds. It's typically a reasonable, it should not be an unreasonable wait time. So the light will start blinking when it gets answered by their system, which is not the case yet. Hi, I just wanted to test this elevator intercom. Can you tell me where I am?
One moment.
Hello?
Yeah, it's not decoding.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to try it again?
You want to call back again?
Oh, is that what I have to do?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll hang up.
All right, thank you.
So you see, it didn't decode on that one. So that would be a violation. The intercom didn't operate properly. But it might be just a software thing. We'll see if it works this time. Okay, now the light's blinking. Hello?
This is Prep Communications. Do you need assistance?
Hi, I just testing the intercom. Can you please tell me where I am?
4121 Cox Road, Manila, Virginia, Elevator 1.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That was fine. Okay, so I would do the other test is to just check that the reversal devices work. I do that in a couple of places. And then we can ride the car. That would be a part of an inspection typically. So ride the car and you're looking for any unusual noises, unusual motion that is not comfortable, and or a hard stop. When the doors open, the light should light up, the lantern should light up, and it should ring. And we're just going to go back down. Pretty straightforward things to check for so that you know that the elevator is operating normally. There we go. Okay, so this is the top of the car. We have our top of car rollers, crosshead, which has a ultimate strength of a capacity of 2,500 pounds, and weight of the cab is 2,570 pounds. You have an escape hatch that's locked as required by code. You have a top of car stop switch with up and down buttons, a light available for the mechanic. You have a positioning system with a magnet system that tells you when you're on a level, floor level, which this car is not. That's the rails. That's basically what carries the car up and down. And then your limit switches that tell you you're at the top of the floor. Your slow down, limit, and then your final limit. This is all your door controls. And then you can see here there's a door retainer that basically a door that keeps the door closed. And that's your car door side. And you have a vane system that tells the that will engage the car door to the hoistway door. Okay, and then that's your safety system on the door. I think that covers everything. Legal shaftways. So this is a shaftway that's 2-hour fire rated. However, there is a problem on this one, and that would be typical of a violation. That should write up. Okay.
All right.
And what on this side? So let's do this here while we're here. So we have that's the vane. That's what engages the hoistway, the shaft door to the car door, and there's a lock right there. That's the lock mechanism that goes into this interlock right in the center up here. Okay. And that locks the car door, the hoistway door, so it makes up the safety chain.